Hello and welcome to LATOKEN Venture Capital TV. My name is Sonny Mohanty. I'm the Regional Director of LATOKEN based in Singapore. And like every other session, we bring to you innovation, technology, and solutions. So during all our Crypto Friday sessions, you get to hear directly from the founders, CEO, or the relevant leaders speaking about their upcoming projects. So today, I'm very glad to present a great project, FOHO Coin, represented by two founders, and we're gonna meet them soon. Before we move on to the interview with the founders, as a reminder, you can see our previous shows and content by visiting our website www.latoken.com/VCTV/shows. Also, follow us on our social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and if you're watching us on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button so you're always informed of the great content, opportunities, and even giveaways that we have. However, I also have a very important reminder. Remember, anything mentioned here is not any type of financial advice. So I'd really appreciate if you do your own research before making any decision. I also note your choices of investing into any token or investing into any financial product are only your responsibility. Okay, having said that, let's just welcome the guest speakers and the founders of FOHO Coin, Roshan De Silva and Vijay Thomas to our show. Hi guys, welcome to VCTV, LATOKEN VCTV. Hi Vijay, hi Roshan.
Thank you for having us, Sonny, and we really appreciate being here.
Hi,
hi
good to be here. Nice to see you, and hi to all the community members at LATOKEN.
Thank you. So before we start talking about FOHO Coin, I have my personal questions as well. So we'll just get to that later. First of all, I just want to know, where are you guys dialing in from? Like Vijay, where are you right now?
I'm right now in Toronto, Canada. So it's around what time is it? It's around 11 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm here in Bangalore, and it's 8:30 at night. So I mean, I'm gonna fall asleep. Only I don't have an excuse because Sonny, it's like 11 for you in Singapore. So if you're not feeling sleepy and you're and you're bright and fresh, then I shouldn't be feeling sleepy.
I think that's the kind of energy I'm remitting, I guess. But this is Friday night, and obviously I'm networking with you guys today. So that's obviously, I'm so excited. All right. Before I start anything, I just want to know what is FOHO? Like, this is like something, the name itself stands out. I haven't come across this name. Does it have a full name, or is just a name?
I'll take that. So because I'm the guy who came up with this name. So FOHO stands for fractional ownership of holiday homes. Okay, fractional ownership, FOHO. Okay, yeah. So the previous name that our marketing company came up with was HOHO, and I said HOHO sounds too Christmassy. Let's do, and then we came up with FOHO. But so I will go a little bit into history a little bit. So I started this company in 2019 as a timeshare company in Goa with with ownership of the underlying property. So timeshares, you only have access to the property, you don't own the property. So we got a hybrid product that has both of it combined. And then COVID hit, and then we said, you know what, this doesn't seem like a strong enough product for us to take this globally. We looked at it, and then we looked at blockchain, and I ran into Roshan during the pandemic, and we the rest is history. So we embraced blockchain, we embraced crypto, and now we have the new improved the truly democratizing the the real estate world fractional ownership platform, which is FOHO. So, I thought I was
Yeah.
democratizing real estate in 2019, but I am more than willing to say I was wrong. That was not democratizing real estate. We are doing it right now, and this is the right thing.
Right.
So that's a little bit history and a little bit about the name.
Sure, Vijay. I just want I have a very follow-up question on that. So, what's your background? Were you in banking before? Were you in technology before? What made you to jump into crypto? Or is it because of the COVID?
A little bit of all of that. Okay, so I'm actually a mechanical engineer that runs a global software company. Or I have an MBA in finance, so I do have a finance inclination. I do invest in stocks. I do my own portfolio management. I'm quite I would say inclined and knowledgeable on finance. I also do quite a bit of real estate investing. So all of those things kind of aligned, and then crypto itself. I've been dabbling a little bit in crypto, but never really had ever thought
Yeah,
I would start we would launch a crypto coin and stuff like that. But I think earlier this year, when I met with Roshan, we started thinking about this, and we said, how easy or difficult is this?
yeah,
And then I was lucky. I had a smart guy join me. Roshan will talk about everything, but he also went to IIT Bombay. So yeah, I was like, hey, you know what? Now maybe we can do this, right?
yeah,
And I think we said, you know what? And I'm an entrepreneurial. My entrepreneurial view on this is, you got to do this. You got to take a shot. If you don't shoot at the goal, you'll never score a goal. So we said,
yeah,
let's do it, and that's, I think, how this thing came about. And do we understand everything about everything? No. If somebody tells you they understand everything about crypto and everything, they're lying. Okay, so we know enough, I think, and I think we're learning every day, and I think we're evolving, and as things go, I think we're going to be open to change. We're not saying we know the right thing, but I think as we look at it from an evolutionary standpoint, we're going to evolve. I think evolution. We're open to evolution, I think, more than anything else.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is great. That is a great start, Vijay. I just want to know how Roshan met Vijay. Roshan, over to you. A little bit about your background and how did you move
Yeah.
into real estate and crypto space and met Vijay.
So my background, Sonny, is I grew up in a tiny country called Qatar. Came to India in '96, studied at IIT Bombay, graduated from there, and pretty much turned entrepreneur. I've started a company, pretty much professionalized it in the year 2005. So I ran the company for the first 5 years, then pretty much professionalized the business. We finally sold it in 2008, and I then had a little bit of gardening leave and a non-compete in the telecom space before I started now my largest business, which is a company called Trip Villas, which is like an Airbnb for Asia. It's one of the early pioneers of managing vacation homes and renting out these vacation homes, etc. So I've been deeply involved in the real estate space for the past 10 years, and we are one of the largest managers. We are one of the largest managers of these holiday home assets. We do
Hmm.
360-degree property management. We manage the homes, we broker the homes, we fit out the homes, we do everything. So as part of that, we've always been thinking that lots of people can't afford a vacation home, right? It's still in the purview of only the wealthy, or the upper middle class, or the wealthier class. And so we said, what can we do to kind of make it more accessible for people to buy vacation homes? And we looked around and we said that what are the other people doing there? We came across FOHO, and I reached out to Vijay. We kind of met, and we said that it was just, and we just hit it off. So we said that, hey, instead of us trying to do things in parallel, why don't we just join forces? Let's make it big, and let's give it a shot. And it was kind of, I mean, I was just telling you that we've not, though Vijay has met everybody in the team and I've met everyone in the team, me and
Yeah,
Vijay physically, because of the lockdown, have never met. Though we speak every day, and we see each other every day. So, but it's strange that we've never physically met. But the chemistry is such that we pretty much know what each other is thinking, and it's kind of telepathic. And so it's kind of like, I mean, I'm seeing the benefits of, and Vijay is a solo founder in Tangentia, and I'm a solo founder in Trip Villas. And
yeah,
so we kind of now have this benefit of saying that, you have a founder 24/7. Like, because it's when Vijay's sleeping, I'm awake, and when I'm awake, when I'm sleeping, Vijay's awake. So pretty much people access one of us all the time. So it's a very interesting dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think it's a also you got a sounding board. I don't have to be thinking to myself, like asking myself questions, so I can ask him the questions and vice versa. So I'm actually quite enjoying this dynamic as well.
Yeah.
It's clearly reflecting on the show as well. And I'm seeing a lot of hashtag FOHO and love FOHO. That obviously tells a lot about the FOHO. But before that,
It's the official one is hashtag Let's FOHO.
let's
So
FOHO.
let's FOHO, and
Yeah.
and folks who are listening, okay, our ambition is when people say let's Google.
Yeah.
When if you're going to buy property in the future, it's going to be let's FOHO.
Yeah.
Can we FOHO this property? Yes, you can. Let's FOHO this. So I think that's where we're going. We want FOHO to become a verb. Okay, it should become a verb, not a noun. It should
Yeah.
become a verb in the global lexicon. So we people around the world should, when they think about fractionalizing something, fractionalizing property, fractionalizing and using it, fractionalizing and buying it, it should be FOHO. So that's, I think, our ambition, a real grandiose ambition. And I've always said this: if we aim for the moon, you go past the roof. So we're hoping we go way beyond the roof as well.
There you go. Let's FOHO. Thank you. Thank you. So Tanzania and Troop, are they also into the property retail space, or I think
No.
Triplas, yes, you rightly said, but Tanzania, let's just hear about
Tengesh is just a pure software company. We do blockchain stuff. So but I also run a Tangential Venture, which is a small venture capital angel investment company, and through which we invest in things outside of our core business, and that's how FOHO got started as well. But
Yeah.
but that's our kind of small moonshots that we take at things, and we try doing it. So and COVID was actually allowed us to do a lot more, and I sometimes joke. I think I'm on the school of only the paranoid survive, right? So there's a guy, one of the founders of Intel, Andy Grove, wrote a book on this, like only the paranoid survive. But truly, when I actually got on that last flight from India to Canada, I actually got on the last Air Canada flight, after which there were no flights. I was on the last flight, and I got thinking, is the world going to end? What is going to happen? And then I kind of almost overcompensated. We're like, let's do a lot of things. I mean, this seems like, what if this crashes? We got to do a bunch of things. So we did a lot of things, and believe it or not, a lot of those things have come to fruition. So now, in a good way. I mean, it's fantastic. One of those investments that we made in making PPE gowns, PPE, level 3 PPE gowns in Canada. So we invested in a company. In 1 year, we're now the largest PPE gown manufacturer in Canada, making Canada gowns. So some of these things that people thought are very difficult, when your back is against the wall, and if you've got the right people in and you put the energies in, you will win, and you can win big. So I think that's how we're looking at FOHO as well.
Yeah.
We're looking at this and saying, we got people. I've been running a fairly successful, profitable company for the last 17, 18 years. We got Roshan, smart guy. He's running a smart company. We're like, we know this thing. Let's go do this, right? And I think I was just speaking to Roshan earlier today. I said, this is ours to lose. We've got to really just step on it and go hard. And I think the community has really helped us as well. So all of those from the community that are listening, thank you guys. And I'll move into a little bit colloquial Hindi here. Abhi picture baki hai. So which means what you're seeing right now is only the trailer. The movie is yet to come. So hang in there, guys. There's a lot happening, and we really, really appreciate all the support.
That was a very good line. With the picture baki hai. Awesome. Thank you, Vijay, for that energy. Really loving it. Tell me, if I am a user and I want to invest into real estate or a property, how can I do that through FOHO? What's the business model? What's the utility behind this token?
Yeah. So we are what we call a decentralized REIT, Sony. So in the first phase, we are supporting three countries: India, Sri Lanka, and Canada. So in these three countries, we will have we will have assortment or a selection of properties which are not chosen by me and Vijay, but are chosen by a subset of the community called sponsors. So these are people who are experienced real estate investors who go out and scout for good real estate deals, and they come and they sponsor those deals. And what it means is that they basically say that I'm going to invest 10% of the value of this property, and I'm going to agree that my tokens are going to be locked for 12 months post trading. So you have, a sponsor who's putting skin in the game. He brings the deals onto the platform, and then you as or me as a retail user can see all these deals. So we can see deals, like as I said, right now it's limited to three countries, but in the future you'll see deals from many, many more countries that are in the pipeline to be enabled. You will see that, let's say you'll be able to judge whether, like, it's a fairly priced deal. So which means that you if it's an apartment in Tanjong Ru, you'll be able to see, hey, is it at the correct price? And then it is broken up into 10,000 tokens. So the price of the token that you're buying is kind of 1/10,000th of the value of the property, and then you can buy as many as you tokens as you would like to, though of course the number of tokens is fixed. The property is then given, to a property management company who manages it, rents it out, and pays the rent to the custodian, who then distributes it to all the wallets where the token is held. So that's how you basically, it's a decentralized REIT. You pick the sponsor and you pick the investments yourself. You're not giving your money into a black box where the manager decides where to invest the money.
And if I may just add there, so right now you're in India, you're in Ranchi, Bihar. Okay, you're in Ranchi, Bihar. What are your options to buy property? Your options is go around Ranchi, Bihar, go a little further around there, or you invest in a REIT in on the Mumbai Stock Exchange. Now, why do you buy in and around where you live? Because property is very difficult to buy. You got to see it. You want to make sure that this is
Yeah,
not a paper property. It's only on paper, right? It really
yeah,
exists. So
yeah.
there are a lot of those things that need to happen. So with us, it's a community, right? We're actually, we're decentralizing this. It's the wisdom of the crowds. So people can put in pictures. This is like Airbnb. People put in reviews. You can make sure that is this property really okay or not. People can have their own investment analysis. Your sponsor has your investment analysis. So let's go with that guy in Ranchi, Bihar. Today, also, even in Ranchi, Bihar, a property is bloody expensive. There's no property that's cheap. So he's got to put out a lot of money, or he's got to take a mortgage, a loan from a bank that is going to be on him, right? He's going to be as something that he's going to pay back, and we're talking big amounts of money. Now, for let's say $10,000, or let's say 5 lakh of rupees in India, he could possibly buy 1/10,000 of an apartment in Mumbai, 1/10,000 of a apartment of a villa in Goa. He can buy 1/10,000 of apartment in Sri Lanka to start with, but as we open up, 1/10,000 of a New York apartment, right, overlooking Central Park. So he's now have assets in real good quality assets worldwide, and he gets the same yield. If
Yeah.
somebody buys a full villa in Goa and gets 6% yield, if you buy 1/10,000 of that villa, you also get 6%, but you get 6% on your investment. Secondly, try selling a whole villa. Is it easy? It's not easy. It's very difficult. You need to have somebody big again to come and buy that.
Yeah.
But on our platform, you could sell your fraction to somebody else. It could go up or down. So each fraction, each property will be listed separately, and there's going to be transactions in each property. So people can buy and sell. So there's liquidity. There's immediate liquidity to your real estate investments. So which is very different. So you don't need the big amount of money that you put in. you can also, it's liquid. Okay, today biggest problem in the in real estate is it's illiquid.
Yeah.
Only if the market is really hot can you get rid of your investment and you get paid. Even then, money will come in later. There's a lot of complications here. It's almost like a stock market transaction, and it's done. You can get paid right away.
Yeah.
So I think the essence of what we're bringing to FOHO:
Yeah.
simplified fractional real estate investment that truly democratizes. Anybody can buy real estate now. Anybody.
Yeah. And Sony, we are leveraging the wisdom of other experienced sponsors. So which
Yes.
means that you sitting in Singapore may know that yes, Thailand is a great place to invest. It's a tourism market, it's booming, or
Yes.
Vietnam is really emerging as an economy. But
Mm.
you do not have the knowledge or the expertise or the deal flow network in Vietnam. Here,
Mhm.
what you can do is you can come on our website, you can filter for Vietnam, see the sponsor, see his track record, and see, why is it that he has this expertise. You can
Mm.
see his previous deals, etc., and then you can participate in a small way in the opportunities that he's uncovering in Vietnam. And for this opens the world to somebody sitting in Mumbai or somebody sitting in Dubai or someone sitting in Singapore, because they're no longer limited by geography. They are liquid. They're able to participate in opportunities across the globe, and they're able to expand their horizons.
Guys, I feel like the concept is very similar to NFT, isn't it? Like you do not own the physical asset, but you own that sort of royalty in the form of a certificate, which is immutable, which is unique, isn't it?
Yes
It,
and
it,
no.
it-
Yes and no. So here, this is we will actually be having an NFT, but there is real property behind this as well. So the property is, and the property. This is where this is a marriage between the real world and the crypto world. And the real world is real. There's going to be physical assets that
Mhm.
yeah,
we will have to go to the property registrar in the cities or the provinces or the states where we are doing. So if you buy a property in Mumbai, there will be a trust behind this, and the trust will actually take
own the property.
ownership of that property.
Yeah,
So this is so the so that but the trust shareholder register will be on the blockchain. So as people buy and sell, the shareholders change. Very similar to if you buy Apple shares today.
Yeah.
When on the stock exchange, when you buy Apple shares, the stock exchange notifies Apple that Roshan's bought or Sonny's bought shares in Apple, and then if
Mhm.
they declare dividend, those dividend comes to you,
Yeah.
right? Very
Yeah.
similarly, as people buy and transact, our platform will then notify the trust ledger, and the trust ledger then acknowledges that. So if there is a yield payment going out, the
Yeah.
moment your name hits the trust ledger, then you are eligible for that yield. So it's something that we've taken best practices from different parts of the world, different industries, different we said we don't have to reinvent how the stock exchange does work, and
Yeah.
and, and
yeah,
that's what we've taken. So very similar to how the stock exchange does stuff is what we are doing
yeah.
In the
True.
crypto space,
in
but
the crypto
And
on
space. Absolutely, in the crypto space, yes. But
oh, and
NFT is we will add the NFT element to it. I mean, but it's not really this is an NFT is essential because it adds some bit of form and function, if I may say, to something that's inanimate and doesn't exist. But in this particular case, the NFT does help us in fractionalizing as well, and for us to be in the crypto world, for it to flow a little easier. We will be NFT, and then again, it does help with also with some of the newer technologies out there, protocols, the 1135, ERC 1135, and some of those things that allows us to do, with lower gas fees,
yeah.
be able to do batch
back to some.
transactions. So there are some advantages to using the NFT as well. Now, Roshan,
So
you want to add some of it? Sorry.
Yeah, I think what we also provide is arbitrage. So, Sony, as you know, in the crypto world, a lot of the investors are coming from countries where they do not want to trust the government or the local currency with their wealth.
Right.
They are in inherently unstable countries, and the crypto world offers that security to them.
Mm-hmm.
So what we are doing is similar, is saying that, even in the crypto world, if you are in a environment that's volatile and you have to put your family's net worth into the cloud, if you may, you
Mm-hmm.
might as well want to buy real estate in the first world. So
Yeah.
you may want to buy real estate in the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, the stable countries which will give you income in USD and USDT, and not, expose yourself more than, I mean, you can't control where you're born, right? We all have this lottery, and if you're born in a particular country, you're bound to be so much more happier and so much more wealthier, etc. But you
Right.
can control where you're investing, and we are allowing people to take advantage and arbitrage this and put a significant amount of their wealth in the first world, and in places with great laws and where there's great real estate, high quality real estate, high yield real estate, etc.
So I'm just trying to think, is it, back in the days when I used to travel to Dubai, I used to travel to Dubai, I used to hear this tokenization of real estate. It was just a buzzword back then. I think I'm talking like maybe 4 years back or something. And it was considered securities, the tokenizing real estate. But for who I know, it's not a security, it's a utility.
Yes.
Yeah. So we the FOHO coin right now is not a security, but
Mm-hmm.
once we start selling the tokenized properties, those tokens will be securities. So
Yes.
so so there's two levels here. We have a FOHO coin, which is a
Mm-hmm.
utility token that allows you to participate in the FOHO ecosystem
Mm-hmm.
and buy the security token. So this is where it's a two-stage kind of marketplace where we've got the utility tokens. The FOHO coin is a
Mm-hmm.
utility that allows you. So that is outside the purview of the securities, the SEC and SEBI and all of those things. But at when we actually get to the properties, and we're already working on getting all those permissions in place. So
Right.
so so it will be a security token, or it will have to be vetted by to based on the laws of those specific states, or countries. Now real estate is a state subject in most places. It's not a country subject. So we are going it state by state as well. So what you saw in Dubai, people were tokenizing stuff. All of the Dubai property registry is now going onto the blockchain. So this is all fantastic for us, because for us
Yeah.
it's less and less that we've got to deal with, let's say, real paper.
Yeah.
We can do a lot of these transactions now straight with the registry. We can write to the blockchain directly. So there is some real advantage, and we see this as revolutionizing the whole world, right? And although we're doing fractionalization and cryptocurrency and the blockchain, there are some people are doing portions of this, but they will all coexist. So we see this as the real estate market of today going to be changing quite a bit in the future.
I don't know. I think Sony is dropped off.
I'm
I don't
here.
know.
Sorry. No, 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 no. I'm here. Sorry. I was just having water.
Ah,
My apologies.
okay, okay.
Very no, no, no. This is very interesting. I just want to know. I've got a question. So, what is the problem you both saw, like foresaw, that motivated you to start this project? Because as Roshan, you've been already in this space for a long time, but not the digital or the crypto side but just the physical villas and everything. What was the problem that you saw that you thought, now this is the solution for this problem?
Yeah, I mean, so Sony, if you see, we have, about 8 years ago, we started a magazine called the Holiday Home Times.
Mhm.
So at the Holiday Home Times, we have the world's best research and real estate developers from across the globe advertise in this magazine. So they advertise their vacation home properties. But we've always found that, that these are beautiful properties, right? They're in the most beautiful, gorgeous parts of the world. People love them. They love seeing the photographs, etc. But the number of people who, even though they have the money, the number of people who can actually buy and enjoy these homes is so little, just because of the friction involved. I'm sure you know that in Singapore we all fly to Thailand so often, right? It's cheaper to go to fly to Thailand. I mean, prior to COVID, it was cheaper to fly to Thailand, go and enjoy a weekend at the spa and wellness, etc., and then fly back to Singapore as
Yeah.
compared to go to the spa in Singapore. But even in Thailand, when you want to buy an apartment or a condo, you can only buy up to I mean, foreigners can only buy up to 49% of all the condos in a particular building. So you yourself, as a foreigner in Singapore, and you love Thailand and you want to go there, and it's beautiful, high quality real estate. You have to go through so much friction to decide where to buy, how to get your money in, what will happen when you sell it. Can and like, let's say similarly, Bali doesn't allow ownership. So you just have to, yeah, so you can't as a foreigner buy property in Bali and own it in your own name. You have to have like a Balinese person who kind of owns it, and you have a side agreement. So there's so much of complication that we saw. So we said that, I mean, investing in real estate, which is really one of the largest asset classes in the world, has to be simplified. The
Right.
people today don't really want to take all that hassle, etc. They want to, have a trusted platform. Blockchain is fail proof, and they want to kind of digitize their wealth. And so we said that, what can we basically become the place where people digitize their wealth for in the future. And
Yeah.
that's how we created the FOHO kind of ecosystem.
And
I
just to add
totally.
there, I mean, sorry, sorry, just I'll take half a minute here. We're moving into what we call the sharing economy of the future, right? It's a sharing economy. My daughter's 18 years old. She's in university, second year university. Once I asked her, "Do you want a car?" And if my dad asked me the question, the answer was yes. I want a car, absolutely. She said, "No, I don't use a car. I don't need a car. If I need to, I use Uber." So there's a whole different mindset in the world today that says, why do we need to own things, right? Why do we need to, own all of it? Now, as an investment, there's also two things happening. Real estate globally is getting very, very expensive. So there's a lot of people, that in New York, in Manhattan, how many people own real estate? Very few. Do people live there? They live there. So ownership and usage will separate. It doesn't have to be together, right? Like with Uber has shown us, the ownership of the car and the usage of the car are separate. Why do you have to own the car to use the car? Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what we are solving. We are saying if you want to invest in real estate, you can invest. You don't need to have to buy the whole house. You can
Yeah.
invest in a house anywhere in the world, and you can liquid and you can come out or in and now not like the traditional thing. Tomorrow, if there is a water pipe leaking, you don't have to wake up in the night and go and fix it, right? It's all managed. So that I think is the big problem we're solving. We're allowing people to get into real estate market without some of the troubles of the past in owning real estate, and they continue to be able to use real estate without having to combine the two.
I think very nicely explained the problem and the solution. I totally agree. Uber versus owning an expensive car.
Yeah. And there's few
Especially,
people, there'll be few people who want to own their car. They can continue to do that, right? I mean, in fact, on our platform, how you do it, you buy all the fractions. With 10,000 fractions, you're a rich guy. Hey, I'm buying all these fractions. I want the whole thing to myself. Done. You can have it.
yeah. But millennials, young generation, probably they do not want to
They don't
because
want
they
to,
don't have, yeah.
because you buy all of it, everything from the water pipe to the water heater to
Oh,
to the air conditioning is your problem.
yes.
Yeah, and the millennials are sorted. Like my brother is like, he's part of this thing called fast fire. So, it's kind of something where, you try to save 10 million by the age of 40 and then just retire for the rest of your life. So they're like, they don't want to take any risks. They want to just kind of accumulate 10 million, have it well diversified, and then do fun stuff. So, so it's not like, you put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes. We have this interesting question. Apart from business model, how FOHO as a company will contribute in terms of employment? What is the current strength of FOHO employees?
So so we are
Ross, you want
right
to take that, or
we are
okay?
we
So
are right now about 9 10
maybe
kind of.
around 10 to 12 people,
Yeah.
that we have in the
In our
company.
team strength. Today we made 3 offers. So, we are recruiting every day. And I think our target is that, by the end of the year, we may be about like 30 32 employees. We also have like a large volunteer base. In our community, we have something called the FOHO Army, and a big shout out to all of them. I know a lot of them are also watching this show. So we have the FOHO Army, which is again another, like at right now it's another 30 volunteers who are passionately part of our community, and who go out and educate people and tell more people, etc. So we are also actively, I mean, so the 3 of the offers we made today were to people who were from the FOHO Army, so who already were part of our community. So that's an open invitation: join our community, participate. And we there's a very very high chance that we will hire you, because we are hiring across the spectrum, in the community side, on the technology side, on the development side, on the investment side, where we are hiring across the spectrum.
Thank you. So Sushant Gupta, there you go.
Sorry, can I just add? So again, how as we revolutionize the real estate marketplace, there's going to be players in the real estate marketplace already. Real estate brokers, right? It's not direct employment, but real estate brokers can continue to bring properties to the FOHO platform. So we will not be. So this is like in Uber, right?
Mhm.
Uber provides employment to people who work inside Uber headquarters, but also the drivers,
Yes.
everybody else, right? So there's a lot of people that Uber will support. So in
Yeah.
terms of employment, I think we are trying to solve a problem in the
Mhm.
biggest industry in the world. Okay, this
Right.
is bigger than the oil industry. We're
Right.
talking about a 100 trillion plus industry. So guess what? Everybody from property managers to real estate brokers, all of them will be part of the FOHO ecosystem. In terms of employment, very good question, Sushant. But I think this could be in the hundreds of thousands as we evolve. Because it is we're not saying that the pipe will not break. The pipe will break. The pipe has to be fixed. We need
Yeah.
plumber, we need electricians. All those guys will be there, but they will be behind a management company. So indirectly, there's going to be huge employment worldwide. So it's just going to be, it's going to be taken into a more manageable, a more fractionalized and democratized manner, which allows more participants to be in. Otherwise, you had one rich landlord that managed a bunch of things. Now, guess what? Everybody is a landlord.
We have
And
we
as
have,
you know,
we have very interesting questions coming through. Sorry.
nice,
Just take
nice.
one by one. How are REITs different from fractional ownership of real estate, and how FOHO is different from its competitors?
Yeah, so the REIT is essentially a black box where you give your money to a fund manager, and that person may tell you that, okay, I've got this thesis, but I'll just give you an example that the largest REIT in India, which is listed, the exposure is all to commercial space and all to technology. And we all know that after COVID, the biggest and most impacted real estate is commercial spaces. And within commercial spaces, the last people who will come back to work is the technology employees. So
Right.
the smartest managers of real estate, that everybody in India gave their capital to manage, basically decided to put all the eggs into the commercial basket and into technology companies
Right.
as their tenants. So the REIT model is nice. It's like the 2012 to
It's like a
2019
mutual fund.
model.
It's like a mutual fund.
It's like a
Right.
mutual fund. It's a 2019 prior to crypto kind of model. And
Yeah.
FOHO is the 2021 model, which
Mm.
is an improved version of the REIT, where
Yeah.
you, as a disciplined investor, want to pick and choose where you put your eggs. and you want to kind of spread them out and diversify them, and you don't want to put them all into one manager,
Yeah, and just to add there as well. So it's D REIT. So we are a D REIT. So we are a REIT. Okay, we are a REIT, but we are a D REIT. As Roshan mentioned, model 2021 model D REIT. Okay, so REIT is ancient. It's all like D5, and we're D REIT. So decentralized REIT. Now decentralized in the sense the owners of each property can decide what to do with that property. If you get 51% of people join up and say, you know what, we'll sell that property in Singapore, the property gets sold. You don't need an asset manager somewhere sitting somewhere to decide that. So it is managed by the collective. So it's truly decentralized. It's on the blockchain. It is so you can vote. So the FOHO coin also has capabilities for you to provide. I forget the term now. You can give your proxy. You can give your proxy to somebody else, and they can vote on your behalf. So we've thought this through quite a bit in detail. So you can decide, you can change property managers. It's truly democracy. Now, having said that, when we were rubbishing the asset managers a little bit, they still exist in our platform. The ability for very agile, progressive asset managers to come in and say, I'll build you a portfolio. Sonny, you want to invest in real estate? I'll help you. We'll put some money in Mumbai. We'll put some money in Kolkata, because I know Kolkata is going to boom. I know I'll put something in Assam. I'll put something in Bhubaneswar. I'll put something here. So you could put it in different asset class. So there is but then guess what? It's not you don't then put it in the REIT and then pray. Okay, because in the present REIT, you put it and you pray, because you can't do anything after that. Here, you can go to Bhubaneswar and say, you know what, this doesn't seem good. Let's get out of Bhubaneswar. You can get out of Bhubaneswar. Okay, you can get out. In the REIT, you can't get out. You have to either get in or get out for the whole thing. But here you can get out of each specific property. I think that's the big difference between a REIT and a D REIT, which is what we are.
Absolutely. I think two things: this exit option and majority can sell, right?
Yes.
You said.
Yes.
Wow.
Can sell, can also decide that, hey, Hilton's not performing, so let's give it to the Marriott. So can actually change the property manager of the asset, because if we as the asset owners feel that Hilton's not doing a good job, or the property warrants, let's say, a JW Marriott, not just a Marriott Suites, then the people with the tokens can vote on the governance, and they can change the manager.
Yeah, so we are actually getting a lot of questions. I cannot go through each, but let me just pick another interesting one. I've got a very interesting one. Okay, this one. Let's just pick this one. So they mentioned that they operate with properties in India and Canada and Sri Lanka. He missed out, but the project has the potential to be the revolution in crypto space. So what strategies will they use to expand to other regions? Good question.
So we are taking a step-by-step approach, because it's every country. And so for us, we are very conscious, Sonny, that we are giving arbitrage. So we will probably first look at the first world countries, where everybody in the crypto space wants to own properties in the best, most stable, most legally sound, and the best lowest interest rate markets. So for those who are betting people and are looking at where is FOHO gonna, what's the next fourth country, what's the fifth country, etc., that's a good guidance. You will not probably see us going to the more riskier markets or the frontier markets. You will see us going to the really stable, really well recognized, legally very sound markets in the next phase. Yeah.
Right.
And you can go and check out our white paper. So we've got also, so as we go along, we will be raising capital specifically for those projects. But I think rest assured, our ambitions are global. Absolutely. So when I say Uber or Airbnb, it is not just that we like those companies. We also like how they went through this, and with Uber and Airbnb, they went city by city, right? They went city by city. So they had it even more difficult than us. We're going province by province because the laws are by the province. They're not city based laws. But I think as we go along, so we're stealing from their playbook. So you just watch the space. You will see more announcement coming there. But we got to start somewhere, and we're starting because Canada is also a fairly stable environment, and we didn't want to go into the US market, which is much bigger. We'll touch and feel and figure out and get this fine tuned in Canada. Also, we're headquartered here. We got offices here as well, so we got those things here. And secondly, India and Sri Lanka, I think we already legacy market. The old FOHO that we did, we already had presence in both these places, so we already have properties there as well. So I think we're going to be kind of moving some of those onto the new platform. So I think we wanted to make sure that we fine tune the model, let people get it up and going, and we'll get there. But please rest assured, the goal and the ambitions are definitely global.
Right. I mean, I'm just, this is such a unique, I think unique for me as well, because obviously we now so used to Uber and Airbnb, right? But this is different. This is not Airbnb, right? But this is different. This is investment, right?
Yes.
And fractional ownership without owning the entire thing, which is a unique concept for me, I would say. So we are getting so many questions. I don't know which one to pick, but would you like to take this one? I think this is.
So the bearish crypto market, we feel, will positively impact FOHO, because, we feel that when, even if people want to exit the crypto market, they'll want a path to put it into real estate, and so we are that path. So we feel that, if they feel that BTC or Ether is coming down, then just buy FOHO, because you'll be able to put it into real estate, which is really stable and is a very good store of value.
So we're absolutely, if anybody is panicking, buy FOHO. So you'll be able to use FOHO to buy actual real estate. So and I think what we've seen is it's the same question when there was a big boom there was a bull market, right, in Bitcoin. People came and told me, why is FOHO not going up as high as all these other ones? And I said, because we're tied to real estate, and with real estate, and once our platform starts working, I mean, you'll probably see a huge jump as well, because it's connected to the transactions. But intrinsically, real estate, is a long-term proposition. In the long run, nobody has lost in real estate. Okay, you can put this out there. And I'm saying this, and I'm willing to be quoted on this. Nobody has lost his shirt on real estate. Okay, so, but it's long term, not short term. So we are also in this for the long term. So we're letting people, if you have a portfolio of crypto, put a portion of it into this, and then the rest you can do in day trading and do whatever you want to do. But let's chat after a couple of years, and possibly even after all those exertions and sleepless nights and watching the charts and all that, we might actually be ahead. Okay, so again, you can quote me on that, but here's probably a very stable manner in which we're marrying crypto and real estate together. So definitely the bear market, I don't think should affect us. I mean, there is obviously sentiment, people with short positions, there's calls, people have to square up, all of those things, we can't control. When there's panic. So would it affect? Should it affect? No. Would it affect? I mean, we don't know how people have been in it, but I definitely think as people sell, there's going to be people coming in to buy as well. So I think we're very confident that people will see value.
Yes. So the major difference between Bitcoin and FOHO coin, that FOHO is back to the real asset, which is the real estate. Yes. Wow, so many questions. As you launching FOHO coin in international market, how do you tackle the problem of regulatory type of things? I mean, regulations, obviously.
We think this is a moat. So we feel that we will solve it one by one, and market by market. and that becomes a key strength for us because we become one of the only platforms which has solved this and has put and stitched this kind of global platform together.
So yeah, absolutely, it's a moat. It's a moat. Once we've done this, people cannot just wake up one day and say, "I'm going to start a fractional platform." Hey, go try it. Right? It's not easy. So first of all, you need to understand real estate. You need to understand legal aspect. You understand the crypto aspect. It is not simple. So when we say let's there's competition, we're always saying bring it on. Right? The more people that come into this, it actually legitimizes the industry, creates a platform. But I think we're first off the block. We're far ahead of most of our competitors. I think, and then just from a scale, a vision standpoint, I think a lot of them are still getting 1-2 properties and curating them. And so from true two-sided marketplace, I'm going to stick my neck out and say there's almost nobody in this world.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, this is something I'm like, I have heard the concept, but I haven't seen this close that you guys have come so far with FOHO coin. I mean, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's just take this last question because I have so many questions coming through that I think this is a very relevant question as well. I think we touched base on NFT, but let's just take it for this viewer. Is FOHO planning to tokenize a real estate asset through non-fungible tokens? Do you have the plans for launching your own blockchain as Ethereum has a large sum of gas fees on the table? This is a very, very relevant question.
Absolutely. So we are, and it's on the new ERC 1155 standard, which basically allows batch transfer, which will mean that when we have 10,000 tokens, the gas fees are shared over 10,000 wallets, and so it'll be very reasonable in our opinion. Having said that, we've been approached by a lot of level 2 chains to move some part of the transactions off the ERC network and into the level 2 chains, and we are seriously considering that. So yeah, but it is, yeah, we are using the ERC 1155 NFT2, as you may call it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I mentioned as 1135 before. It's 1155. Sorry. As you know, the guy who went to IIT is the guy who just spoke before me.
Okay, so I have got this question which I do not know the answer to. Maybe you, since you're in the real estate, there's something called dead capital in real estate. How FOHO can contribute in solving that issue? What is this dead capital?
Yeah, I mean, debt capital is illiquid capital. I mean, this capital stuck. A lot of people have capital stuck. The builders have capital stuck. It's dead because they're not selling it. You bought the property for resale. You are stuck. You can't sell it. So it's illiquid basically, right? I mean, I don't know. I think we're talking about the same thing, but it's illiquid capital that's difficult to get rid of, and there's a lot of that stuck in real estate, especially in India. Lot of money from builders, banks, a lot of this, and absolutely. So even in 2019, when we launched for in our old avatar, we got written up by in lots of business magazines and everything in India saying that we are going to solve this problem of debt capital. But I think now it's even more. We can solve this at an even larger scale.
Yes. Would you like to add something, Roshan? But I think this is exactly because when I go to Delhi, I mean, the Greater Noida and Delhi, I see so many buildings. I mean, they're just standing literally there for years and years.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think, yes, I got it. This is the last question before we wrap up.
Oh yeah, so we are on the BitBNS exchange at the moment, and I know we are on LATOKEN. So very shortly, I think and that's why you can see Sonny smiling. That we will be on the LATOKEN exchange very shortly.
Yeah.
There's a formal announcement which will come out soon. So, but yeah, at the moment we are on the BitBNS exchange. We're also on Uniswap.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're very excited to be on this LATOKEN VCTV, and we're very excited about our partnership, and Sonny, we look forward to working more closely with your community and being. So here's my ask of you: do not get any more real estate crypto guys on LATOKEN. We should be the only people there.
Let's FOHO.
Let's FOHO, yes.
Let's FOHO. On that note, let's take some quick closing remarks. If people want to reach out to you, where can they find you? On LinkedIn or what else? Yeah.
Yeah, we are both on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn's the easiest,
yeah. We are both on LinkedIn. We have the FOHO Telegram group. So please join the FOHO Telegram group, and you can, both me and Vijay are very engaged on it. We are also we have a FOHO club on Clubhouse, where we're regularly doing, we're doing people like, interaction with people from the real estate industry. And we're kind of inviting them to talk about how they have been part of the process of creating quality real estate. So, just join one of us, where you'll find us on all the social media channels.
Thank you, Roshan, and same with you, I guess, Vijay.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think LinkedIn is very good. I'm always on LinkedIn. These other ones are slightly more. It might take a little longer to get to you, but LinkedIn is definitely good. Please join the FOHO Telegram group, and for want of a thing, I think if you are committed to FOHO, the outside world somehow. A metric of success is the number of people in the Telegram group. So please join us, and let's boost that number a little bit as well. But obviously, we also want you to come in with your comments, your suggestions, and let's build this community. Right, as we said, we've got around 15,000 investors already. That have bought the FOHO coin, and as we get into real estate, we want to convert a lot of these guys into actual investors into real estate as well. Plus, we want to bring new people in. We're talking about, when we say democratizing real estate in the world, we're talking about there's 8 billion people or 9 billion people in the world. How much is the number? I forget now. But if you even get half of those people to invest, and the ticket size is so small that we can get 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion people to invest. I think that is what we want. And I think that's where we're aiming to go. So we need help from everybody. Please let everybody know of us. And suggestions are welcome. Please follow me on LinkedIn and or any social media, and I will get back to you.
Absolutely, I'm loving this concept. Honestly, I mean, this is something very unique. I have heard people talking about it, but I have never seen a real use case. But guys, I mean, well done, and many congratulations. We have such a huge community of people supporting FOHO already. Let's FOHO. Thank you so much for your time today, Roshan and Vijay, and explaining it so nicely. I see that chemistry very well on this between both of you. So nicely blended. And I hope to see you back on another show where we discuss about the winners.
Absolutely.
And so on and so forth. We can have regular shows as well once you come on board on LATOKEN Exchange. And thank you so much. And it's 12 a.m. midnight for me, but still I'm so excited. I wanted to just talk more, but it's realized 12 a.m. and people are sleeping. Thank you so much, Vijay and Roshan, and I hope to catch you soon again. Good night. Good morning.
Yeah,
Bye. Bye.